This video will show how to enable the Google uh, authorization for the students for Gradebook. Under the PA admin menu, go to District Settings. You'll need to select the Yes option for Google Oauth. The ITC Meta has already updated and set up the Google um, login, so that process has already been completed. So to initiate the Google Auth, when that takes place, it does not override um, anything of their existing accounts. They still can use their parent access accounts if they want to. But when you initiate the Google Auth, scroll down, click Save. So what this provides for you, when it's done processing, you should get district setting feature has been updated. Click OK, and then we can test this out to see if it's been enabled. We right click on your district login, copy that, and open a new browser session, either incognito. So here it takes us what happens when you initiate there's a new button that appears on your ParentAccess link website. Students can sign in with Google. So if they're using a Google account, the student will click on this. If they're using the old ParentAccess or student account, they click on the sign in green button. The next step in the process, now that we've enabled the Google authorization, we then jump back to the PA admin, and we want to make certain that we've updated our student's email address on the Dazzle student information side under the student profile. So we can then click on the account import process, and then we can pull that information. If it's already been entered in on the student profile email address, we can do the sync. Now the sync process is not a nightly sync, it's a manually updated sync. So you'll have to run this a couple times depending if you have new students coming into the school district. So if I click the sync process, I then need to identify under what buildings, so I can select all my buildings or specific ones. I then click the next button. At that point, it'll return if there's any new updates or new accounts that it's added. It'll also give you any errors associated with the students. If you want to look at error details, you can click on that and it says invalid username. So it may be something where it doesn't like hyphens in the username or something like that. But typically what you're looking for is this issuer email claim is a new data column you'll see when you look at student accounts on the ParentAccess side. The next step is to click import, because it will import at least the ones that did not generate an error. And it could be where they have missing an email address where they don't have maybe a valid account. So then it tells you any new accounts and what the updates are. And then if I want to perform another import, I can perform another import. So what we want to jump to next is under PA admin. We then jump to ParentAccess account maintenance. If we bring up one of our buildings, click go. What you'll see now, as mentioned before, is now you have an issuer email claim. So what you should see is when you're looking at this for your students, is that I'm looking at verifying, yep, I do see their Google email account, whatever has been set up for your building or district, listed underneath this. So when investigating issues for any students have problem logging in with a Google account, the first thing you want to check is under ParentAccess account maintenance. Bring up the associated building or the student's last name, filter. You then look and verify, do I see an issuer email claim? If this is blank for a particular for students, and it's student only that can log in with a Google account. So if the student, Felicity Smith, was trying to log in and wasn't able to, Okay, the first thing I noticed, he doesn't have a Google account that may be synced over to Dazzle. And in that case, you would then need to jump to the student information side. From the student information side, we can then search for the student Smith under the Find option, or if you have a student ID that you can search for. So if we bring up, let's say, Faustine, we then jump to the student profile page and then validate that we do see a student email address that's located there. So this determines what gets pulled over during the student information email link. If this is blank, then this will need to be updated by your building secretary, or if you have access, you can update that on the student profile of the general tab, whatever your school policy dictates, so who does the update. Once that's updated, we then can jump back to Gradebook, go back to PA admin, account import, and we just simply rerun the sync process that then pulls over that data that was missing before for that student. And once again, this sync needs to be ran occasionally. It's not a nightly sync like the Gradebook data integration. This is a manual process at this point in time. Any questions, please submit any tickets or whatever to ProgressBook help at metasolutions.net. Thank you.